It's all for you, Joy. Doesn't matter, Joy. It's all you. Okay, our Coors Light pole winner for Sunday's 56th annual Folds of Honor Quicktrip 500 is Joey Logano. He's the driver of the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske. He's our Daytona 500 winner, and this is his 9th pole, his first pole at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Joey, certainly looks like you're picking up where you left off last weekend at Daytona. You've had a fast car here all week. Just talk about your outlook and about your, how you think things are going to turn out for you on Sunday.
Well, hopefully we finish where we start here. It's been an amazing few weeks here through thinking about Daytona 500 and everything that comes along with that, and then coming down here to Atlanta and starting first is special, especially for me here at this racetrack. I remember sitting in the corner and watching drivers up here talking about their qualifying run and racing Legends cars out front here for years, and so there's a lot of memories here. You guys see the picture over there when you walked in with David and Reed when we were young racing here. So obviously anything to be in victory lane here is a very special place for me. So I don't know what's going on lately. Everything's going well. We're just trying to keep the old train rolling here. It's going great, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Questions for Joey? Raise your hand. Questions for Joey Logano? Raise your hand. Stan the man's got one right here.
Stan Creekmore with Competition Plus. Just how confident were you that you could make the run you needed to make in that final round of qualifying?
I felt like we definitely left some out in the second round. The first round we went out, boom, the car was money. It felt perfect, and I told Todd it's good. I don't know what to tell you, which is especially, you don't get those cars very often. So we didn't touch it. We got a little bit too loose. Had to lift off a 2 on the second run. So we gave up some speed there, and we were still second. I was like, okay, as long as we tighten this thing up and I race this and run it just as hard, hopefully, we can be in the pole there. And I felt confident my car can do it. I just had to hit the line just right. You're going so fast around here, and if you hit a bump just the wrong way, it'll jerk your car up a lane, and it's over. It'll make your car looser. If you overcorrect just a little bit, you lose the yaw in your car, and you're up the racetrack. And so it's just it's a fast, technical racetrack. Which is a big challenge because I remember the first time I came here, I qualified 42nd and was completely confused on what to do. And I actually told Todd this isn't a place that we qualify very well, and we haven't in the past before. And this is once again one of those tracks that we focused the whole time on in practice on qualifying trim today. We never came out of qualifying trim, and we focused on trying to make speed with our race car, and it paid off once again. So as long as we keep working hard, we're seeing results.
Far right over here to you, Joey. Far right, Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Joey, were you surprised that you were able to run faster on your third lap than you did on either of the first two, given the fact that this is a track that typically abrades tires?
Yes and no. Our first run today in practice, we went faster on our second run on scuffs. So I knew that there's grip that stays in the tires for at least 2 runs. I didn't know about the third run, but apparently a third run also. And the track temperature obviously came down. It's really cold out there. So I think, with the track temp coming down, tires for some reason 3 laps they hold some decent speed in them still. It's probably right at the limit, though. I'm probably the next run after this would probably take a pretty big jump down on lap time. So a little bit surprised, but maybe not that much.
We got a question there with Lee.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Your guys were one of the last ones to get through technical inspection, and I don't know if you had to go through once or twice. I just saw the guys pushing the car up. Were you nervous at all, just knowing the clock was ticking and that NASCAR had already added 15 minutes to when the qualifying was going to start?
That's we drew 47th on the draw, which is where you go through tech for qualifying, and obviously where you line up on pit road. So we only went through it once, so that was our original time. So without that 20 minutes delay, we would have been late getting on there. And if we didn't make it through the first round through Tech, we wouldn't have qualified. We've been in the same boat as everyone else. So, I think you got to be able to have the opportunity to go through there twice. I'm sure we've learned from the experience, and we're going to change something. I'm sure obviously it's not acceptable. I'm sure we'll make the right decisions moving forward to make sure it doesn't happen again. But it is scary, a lot of times when you roll through that the laser platform, and especially looking at it now, is saying if you didn't make it through, you wouldn't even qualified. And that's scary, and especially for go or homer cars. You imagine, you gotta go, and you don't even get to go. That's a tough situation. So I'm sure we'll make the right decisions to fix that, and we'll move on. Thanks.
Any other questions? Finish up. We got Nate, and then we'll finish with Jim.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Joey, you've never qualified higher than 9th here, and I think you've got like one top 10. So I know it hasn't been one of your best tracks. I know that was different qualifying formats too, but a lot of guys have talked about how you have to drive the car differently with this new package, that the style is different. Does it play in your hands a little bit, the way that the corner speeds are so much higher, and maybe it's a new way to drive this track that might suit you better? Or?
Maybe. I don't know. Seems like it. It's it is more towards an H1 car, right? I mean, you got less horsepower, you got less downforce. We're kind of going towards that direction. Or an Xfinity car, sorry. I'm still trying to remember what the thing's called over there. But it does drive similar to that after being in the Xfinity car today also. So directionally, it could be a good thing for me. Obviously, this is the first time we've been on the racetrack with this new package. Not only is it just less downforce, but the aero shift towards the front, percentage-wise, is a big change for everyone to get used to and understand what they need, setup-wise, chassis-wise, to fix that and overcome the percentage change to the front. So I think we need to obviously see what happens in the race and all that, but it does take a little bit of a different style. But I think as the tires wear, and track temp comes up a little bit, I think it'll get closer and closer back to the old car. I think there's more change right now because of track temps at 40 degrees out there, and we got less horsepower, so obviously the speeds in the corners are way up. So I think as, like I said, temperatures come up and tires wear out, I think you'll get more close to what we're used to. And we're also used to being here and it's 90 degrees out, so there's just a lot of change right now being here right now. So
we'll go to Jim Utter, and then finish up with Jeff Gluck. Go ahead, Jim.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Joey, you're pretty good friends with David Reagan, and I just wondered what you thought about the opportunity that he's kind of taken on at Joe Gibbs, not knowing exactly how many races he's going to have, but taking a chance on a top-notch ride. And do you see kind of some similarities in his path in NASCAR as you've gone through?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, David and I grew up racing together, so when I heard that he was in the 18 car, I was pretty excited about it. Actually, I sent him a text and was, congratulated him, because that's an amazing opportunity. That's a second chance right there. And to see him in practice today, he was third on the board for a while, and I was like, wow, he's in front of me for a little bit, and I was like, holy cow! Apparently, all I needed is a car. But I'm sure. It's hard. You can't expect him to just jump in this thing and go. You got to get used to the team. There's a lot of learning curve ahead of him with a new team like that. But it was cool to see him up there running fast in that car. And I'm rooting him on. I don't want him to beat me, but I'm rooting him on out there because obviously we're friends and grew up together. So it's kind of cool to see him get a shot like that again. Final question over to your right, Jeff Gluck.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. Joey, what happened on Letterman with the ton thing?
You're a jerk. I thought it was like a figure of speech, like a ton, like, it weighs a ton, but whatever. Yeah, I get it. I know, okay. Oh, yeah, you're not the first one. I get it from everyone, believe me. So, yeah, I'll never let that one go. Of course, it was the biggest thing we did the whole time, it seems like. So, beautiful.
Joey, congratulations on the Coors Light pole. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, guys.